Alright guys, today we are taking a look at Mega Dragonite EX. Not very widely spread, not everyone's fans favorite, in this game at least. I personally very much like the design of it. One of the coolest Mega Evolutions, in my opinion. The ability is actually pretty nice. Now, the problem with this Pokemon is the attack. Ryuno Glide will require him to discard 2 energies. Now, we are trying to compensate this because we are playing Electric. Electric will allow us to grab 1 basic Electric or basically basic Thunder type energy from our discard pile and put it onto one of our bench Pokemon. Now, that's a way of resupplying our Dragonite with the required energy. Dragonair is then going to be able to help us grab 1 evolution Pokemon from our deck if it has any energy attached. And Electros is somewhat of a fallback in case things get rough with our Dragonite. Skunkfish is somewhat of a setting up Pokemon, not much needed in this deck. I mean, you could run Budio as well, pretty acceptable. But yeah, Skunkfish is also very solid because it increases the damage taken of the opponent's next turn, so that's going to be nice. And yeah, Tatsugiri and Rayquaza. Tatsugiri is obviously very nice in the active position. Attract customers allows us to grab 1 of the supporter cards in the top 6 cards of our deck. And Rayquaza is more or less of a sacrificial lamb. I mean, Breakthrough Assault can come in clutch, right? But usually you're not going to be using it very much unless you're combining it with Electros. Apart from that, this deck is pretty much rotation proof. We do have a few cards like obviously Earthen Vessel, Rod, Arven, Iono, Professor's Research, and Technical Machine Evolution, which are all G. But these are definitely cards which you can exchange for something else. So yeah, let's jump into a few matches. Let's see what this deck is capable of doing. Now, this deck list has been taken from a recent tournament topping deck. So it already was successful. Very surprising, to be honest. Never really see a lot of dominant Mega Dragonite EX decks on the top somewhere on any rankings. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this one actually goes. The opponent chose heads, right? So he's going to choose who goes first. And he's letting us go first. Okay, sure thing. Alright, starting hand isn't looking too shabby. Straight off the bat, we do have Tatsugiri. Air Balloon. Oh, Scraggy. Huh, interesting. We do have a water energy right there. Let's attach it to this bad boy. Let's go with Attract Customers. Oh yeah, we do have a couple of them. Let's go with Lily's Determination for now. Give him the Air Balloon, and I'm thinking of actually going with, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna end our turn here. I do kind of want to discard this, but I do feel like he might destroy my hand the next turn, and I don't really know if I want to grab a basic Pokemon now with Ultra Ball. We might as well. Do you know what? We might as well grab ourselves. We do want to keep Electros. We do want to keep him. Where is he? We are grabbing Tynamo, literally grabbing a basic Pokemon this turn, because I want to utilize the ability of Electric the next turn if we can draw it. Because we have Lily's Determination, it's going to allow us to grab 8 cards. Okay, good thing he's playing Arven, so he's not going to destroy our hand, because then the next turn we are maybe able to grab ourselves everything we need. We'll see what we're drawing. 44 cards left in our deck. Buddy Puffin is allowing him to draw up to 2 basic Pokemon. Alright, Budio. Yeah, I see where this one's going. He's going to retreat using his balloon. Grabbing himself. Oh, right. Budio obviously coming onto the field, preventing the usage of any kind of item cards, which sucks. Which very much sucks now. Unless he forgets to use it. No, he's never forgetting to use it. No way he's forgetting to use that ability. We have another Dratini. This is nice. Okay, what do we have here? What do we have here? We do have Rayquaza. Let's go with the attract customers. Okay, we do not have anything here. Unfortunately, now we're kind of in a bad situation. Huh. But what we can do is, we can do this one. We are going to attack using the Pouncing Trap. We're going to get rid of his Budew for now. Right? Even if he defeats him, it doesn't really matter for us too much. Because we can actually grab the energy back from our discard pile. Since we have 2 on our discard pile... Oh yeah, Rare Candy is going to come in nice as well. This is going to come in very handy. Is he going to evolve this turn? Most likely, yes. Right, Arven probably grabbing himself Ultra Ball, something like that. And then going for, oh yeah, Unfair Stamp. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Please tell me you're not gonna play it. Just don't, just don't. Of course he's gonna play it, but I mean, we can hope, right? Yep, he's gonna play it, so we're losing our entire hand. Yeah, it couldn't have been any worse than that. It couldn't have been any worse than this hand, in all honesty. If he doesn't attack this turn, if he doesn't evolve this turn, we can actually attack his Scraggy, make him not be able to retreat the turn after, right? Counter Catcher. Okay, he's grabbing a Dratini to the active position. Huh. Let me guess, another Budew is coming, yes, like so. And another time we can't use any item cards. Whoa, how happy am I? How happy? Oh yeah, Technical Machine Evolution is actually pretty good. This is actually very good. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Yep, you and you. One time. And 2 times. That was actually more valuable than defeating his Buddy with Skunkfish. We can actually go with Skunkfish the turn after if he doesn't evolve, obviously. He's probably, if he doesn't evolve, he's going to attack again using his Budew. Unless he has Toxtricity, he can grab himself the evolution and then give himself the required dark type energy. Even then be able to utilize Monkey Dory's ability to go with Adrena Brain. Huh. It's gonna be interesting. We do have energy cards. We have 1 on our discard pile. The other one we're going to give Dragonair. Since we are able to search now for Dragonite, let's see what he draws. This is gonna be the most interesting one now. Punk Helmet. So we are going to grab 4 damage counters after attacking. Oh yeah, Toxtricity, sure thing. He's definitely going to use the ability to give Monkey Dory the... No, he's not. Huh? Why not? Bro, what? That actually is crazy now. You know what? That actually is very much crazy. Dragonite. Onto the field. We can retreat here. Like so. Like so. Like so. And since we don't require to have Dragonite onto the field, now we can actually just attack using Skunkfish. Nice and simple, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, we should have used the ability actually. Right, my bad. Forgot about that. Anyways. Earthen Vessel, very nice. Very nice. Now, Battle Cage is preventing him from placing any kind of damage counters on our bench. So the ability of Monkey Dory doesn't affect our benched up Pokemon. It's only going to affect our active Pokemon. Since Skunkfish is now... He's definitely one of those Pokemon we can sacrifice. That's why we played him. To get rid of his Budew nice and early. 2 times we actually got rid of Budio using Stunfish. That's why I actually prefer Stunfish over Budio in this deck, because he does exactly 30 damage. So he becomes like a perfect counter towards these kind of Pokemon, right? Crispin allows him to grab cards and attach cards the way he likes. Sure thing. We can get rid of his Toxtricity the next turn, actually. If we want to. So he's going to obviously use the ability here to give us the damage counters, which is only going to be able to put on our Stunfish. Since Battle Cage is preventing any kind of damage on our benched Pokemon, he's choosing a new active Pokemon. He's doing 60 damage, right. Right. Pokepad, nice. Let's grab ourselves a... No, I didn't want to grab... I want to grab you. Beautiful. So, we're grabbing him. Let's see. He does 30 damage. We are going to switch out, of course. Yep. You coming onto the field. And then we are attacking this turn. Since we do have Earthen Vessel, we can grab ourselves enough energies after that as well. Oh, nice. Buddy Puffin as well. Unfortunately, our Fezan DPT EX seems to be locked up behind these 3. So that's kind of tough. Alright. Sure. Dragonair. Well, since we have Pokepad, it's nice. We can evolve him. Let's see what he does. Oh, Mega Scrafty. There he is. There he is, guys. Never played against him. If this Pokemon is in the active position, damage by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon. Place 5 damage counters. Oh my goodness, we're taking 9 damage counters. Bro, this is heavy. If he attacks now and discards my Pokepad, we're not even going to be able to attack this turn. Since he only does 106... Oh yeah, perfect. Perfect. Technical Machine Evolution. Let's evolve this one first. Let's do this one. Grabbing him. Like so. Then we are going to use this. Bring Stunfish onto the field. He's going to set us up again, nice and easy. Dynamotor is going to then give us the required amount. Bro, like so. And then another one. And the turn after, he's actually lost. He's not going to be able to beat us now. Since he is now stuck in the active position, he cannot retreat. Yes, we are losing our Pokemon, but that's fine, guys. That's totally fine. Took a lot of damage right there. A lot of damage. We are going to give him Tatsugiri, and we're going to end our turn. Now, since he's stuck, he cannot retreat. And the turn after, our Dragonite is going to be able to finish him off. Unless he does something crazy. Let's see what he does. If he manages to get rid of his Pokemon from the active position, he can safeguard himself. But pretty much should be a safe win now. Alright, Iono. Grabbing himself 5 cards. I'm getting 3 cards. That's actually good because we only had 1. Oh, we do have Fezan DPT EX. Why didn't I see him before? Well, we never actively searched for him anyways. We didn't have a single Arven until now as well, so yeah. Alright, GG, we've won. The opponent conceded. And he wouldn't have had any other choice as well, because we would have finished him off with our next turn. So yeah, to conclude, Mega Dragonite definitely works. Now, it is, well, this deck list anyways, even though it's a tournament topping deck list, I do still feel like it's kind of hard to get around. Now, Stunfish prove to be one of the very, very useful Pokemon here, because he does a perfect setup, prevents the opponent from retreating, basically causing the opponent to get locked in the active position, which is perfectly to set up like a finishing move from Dragonite, because we would have done 430 damage in total. So there was no way of the opponent surviving that specific attack. Again, Electric is the best ultimate support for this deck because of the ability to get ourselves the electric energy or the thunder energy from the discard pile, which is also nice. Alongside something like an early Tatsugiri, we're actually very much able to set ourselves up early. Like if we draw early, like for example, Lily's Determination or Arven, we're then able to grab ourselves the required cards. Battle Cage in this deck is kind of a must-have at the moment anyways, with all of the people playing Monkey Dory and Frostlass and stuff like that. So yeah, Battle Cage always comes in nice and handy. And yeah, even Pokepad. I actually enjoy this card very much. But yeah, guys, that's it from me. Do let me know down below in the comment sections what you think about Mega Dragonite and this deck in specific. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Until next time.